Hi, it's Maisha, and today I'm going to talk about all the books that I read that gives me the same vibes as the hating game. I feel like people just lump in books that have hate to love elements to it as books similar to the hating game, and that is not how I view the hating game. The hating game has competition, it has hate to love, it's also slow burn. So if it has these three components, then I would consider it as giving me the same vibes as the hating game. Other than that, no, it's just a hate to love. It's not the same as the hating game. I'm sorry. I'm in Dhaka right now and it's really loud. There is a concert going on somewhere near here and I can hear the music. I hope I would not get copyrighted and I can, I don't know, mute it down a bit when I'm editing it. My first recommendation is Shipped. It's about this girl who gets sent on a cruise vacation uh, with her arch nemesis, and they're vying for the same possession. So there's this hate to love aspects to it, and there's also this competition aspect. And as far as I remember, it's also pretty slow burn. It's set in this island and it's so fun. It's so tropical. It gave me such summer vibes, even though I read it in January. I loved it. I gave it a 4.5. My next recommendation is Hanakhan Carries On. It's about this girl whose family owns this desi food store in Toronto, and this other family starts a restaurant right next door, and they're selling desi foods, but it's more elevated, and they have this competition going on. It includes one of my other favorite tropes, that you have got male trope. The girl and the guy fight at first, but you can see them very slowly fall in love. It's so cute. I loved it. I gave it a 5. The next book that I just read that gave me the idea to do this video was The Mistletoe Motive. It's so cute and it gave me exactly the hating game vibe. I was reading it and I couldn't stop thinking about how similar it is to the hating game. Like, not in a bad way, not in a plagiarism kind of way, more in a like give me the same vibes. It scratched the same itch. It's so good to it's about these two people who are the co-managers of a small bookstore, and one of them would be let go at the end of the Christmas period because the bookstore has competition, because another big bookstore moved in right next door. Okay, the next book is Last Chance Books. It's about this girl who works at a bookstore and she is flirting with this guy who comes in every day and looks at the books. And one day she realizes that his family owns the bigger bookstore across the street, and so they start competing because one of the bookstores would have to close down because there in that area there is not enough customers to sustain two bookstores. It was so cute. It was hate to love. They had this competition aspect. It also had that, you know how in hating game Lucy starts doing things to kind of needle Josh, like wearing that dress. She did the same kind of things. Like she'd like he like he would have a sign and she'd like change the sign, and he would copy her design ideas, and it was so cute. Like, when I said copied, I didn't mean like in a bad way, more like in a mocking way. It was so cute. I loved it. Competition, hate to love, and slow burn. The next book I want to recommend is Battle Royal. It's about this girl who was on a baking competition, like the Great British Baking Show, and the guy was a judge there, and he was really rude. He was grumpy, and now they have to bake cake for the royals. It's very cute, hate to love, grumpy hero, slow burn. I gave it a 3 stars, but only because of like the subplots didn't interest me as much as the main plot. But if you're okay with books having a lot of subplots, this would be the book for you. The next book is The Spanish Love Deception. This is about this girl who needs a date to her sister, cousin. I don't really remember. Anyway, she needs a date to go to this wedding because her ex has a fiance, and she needs someone there so people don't pity her. And her arch nemesis at work, I forgot his name, Aaron. The reason this gave me the hating game vibes is because she hates him because of something he did on his first day. Like he dissed her work. Like they were paired up together, and he's like, "Oh, do I really have to work with her?" Like, you know how Lucy thought Josh saw her as very quirky and flighty, but she actually wasn't. It gave me that same kind of feelings. It was very cute. It was hate to love. There was one competition aspect to it, like a little bit, where one of them would be like promoted or something. But I don't really remember that subplot. But I remember there was a tiny bit of competition subplot, and it was really slow burn, like super slow burn, Mariana Zapata level slow burn. The next book is No Words. It's about this girl who's a writer. And years ago, this other writer, what's his name? Will, dissed her work and basically made fun of her because she writes children books. And now they're on the same island to receive this award. They have to spend time together. It's hate to love. It's very cute. It gave me the hating game vibes, where one of my favorite aspects of the hating game is when the hero is pining for the girl but she has no idea that he had feelings for her. I love secret pining. I really liked it, and I also liked how he apologized to her. That was really good. And there was like a little bit of competition and hate to love, of course, and it was slow burn as well. It was so cute. I loved his relationship with his sister. So cute. Really good. Pick this one up if you want something similar to the hating game. The next book is It Started with a Dog. It's about this guy whose family owns a coffee shop, but it's slowly dying. And this girl who works at this company who makes, I don't know, who like does restaurants but also does other stuff. And she has been vying for this position where she would open her own coffee shop, and the coffee shop she is opening is right opposite of the heroes. When the book starts, they actually get along really well, but as the book goes on, the competition, they realize they're each other's competition, and it starts really heating up. It's not hate to love though. They get along when they first meet. They meet in a shared Uber and their phones get exchanged, and so there's like they start texting. It's very cute. Not hate to love, but has the competition aspect to it, and it's also slow burn because they can't be together because of what his family would think about him dating the competition. Very cute. If you want something that has the competition aspect to it, don't necessarily want the hate to love and all the revenge and all the pettiness that comes with hate to love romances, you should pick this one up. The next book I would recommend is The Matzah Ball. It's about this girl who writes Christmas romances, but her publisher wants to write a Hanukkah romance, so she starts trying to get an invitation to this Matzah Ball that her childhood nemesis is throwing. It's very exclusive, and she really needs him to invite her to the ball. But she hates him because of something that happened years ago, and you find out what happened and what caused her to hate him. It's very cute. I really liked it. Okay, the next book I'd recommend is Heartbreak for Hire. It's about this girl who works at this farm who people can hire to, I don't know, mess with their exes, I guess, or like people who have wronged them in some way. One day her boss introduces the guy version of the Heartbreak for Hire farm. So like so they would hire guys who would take revenge on women who wronged their exes, and the main girl is very opposed to it because she was hurt by her ex-boyfriend, and all the women who work in this business were also hurt by guys, so they're very against it, and are both vying for the same position, so there's this competition aspect. And she also hates him because she believes that one of her clients was wronged by this dude. It's very cute. I really liked it. I really like the hate to love aspects. And I also really liked it when they were sent out on jobs together. There was this scene at a honky tonk that was very funny. I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 actually. I was laughing out loud when I read it. So if you want that hate to love competition, and also this secret business who people can hire to take revenge on their exes or people who have wronged them in any way. The next book I would recommend is Bet the Farm. It's about Olivia, whose grandfather died and left her and this guy who works at the farm the entire farm or ranch, one of those. Or both of those. Olivia is a city girl and she's not really equipped for the farm lifestyle, but Jake is. Jake has worked there all his life basically, and they have a bet going on that if I forgot what the bet actually was, but the outcome would have been if Jake wins, Olivia would leave the farm and go live in the city she is from, and Jake would run the entire thing. And if Jake won, and if Olivia won, she would stay there and help take care of the farm. It was very cute. Next up is Falling for My Enemy. It's about these two professors. The main guy claims to have discovered the formula for love, and the main girl is very skeptical of that. They're both colleagues and they both are vying for a promotion. I forgot why they hate each other exactly, what happened to make them hate each other, but I remember it had hate to love, and it had the competition aspect, and it also had that slow burn aspect. It's very cute though. From Lukov with Love. It's about this figure skater, Jasmine, and she has to work with her arch nemesis, Lukov, because he is out of a partner because his partner broke her leg, and they have to do the couple skating thing. They hate each other. I forgot why she started hating him, but I remember her hate for him was really intense in the beginning. And then slowly, as they're working together, they start developing a friendship, and from there they fall in love. It's very cute. It's very slow burn. It's slow. When I say it's slow, expect it to be slow. Again, hate to love. Competition, not as much. Well, they used to compete against each other, but now they have to compete together. The next book I would recommend is The Henna Bars. It's about this girl who has to do this business thing for her one of her classes, and she opens a henna stand, and another girl from her school also opens a henna stand, but she's not as good at the craft, but everyone is gravitating towards the other girl even though it's the main girl's culture that has henna. So they start competing against each other for the henna stands. Then they fall in love. It's very cute. I really liked it. And the last book I have on this list is a Pho love story. It's not really hate to love, but their families hate each other and they have this competing pho restaurants, and the main characters have never interacted with each other because their families always kept them apart. And you would expect them to hate each other at first, but they actually don't. They form a really cute friendship at first, and that evolves into love. So it doesn't really have the hate to love aspect, but it does have the competition aspect because their families are competing against each other with the restaurants. And it's pretty slow burn as well, as far as I remember. They go from not talking at the beginning to becoming kind of friends to becoming good friends to becoming lovers. It's very cute in my opinion, but not anything that like really stuck in my mind. It was a solid 3.5 stars read for me. Yeah, and that's it for today. That's all the book I had to recommend that gave me the hating game vibes. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And now I'll go to the wedding of a person I don't really know. I hear my mom screaming for me to get ready, so I'm gonna go.